So today is our first day with remote learning for the next 2 weeks, I thought I'd take it easy on you guys and do something really low stakes and a good way to practicing some of the skills we learned before we left for break. And that's working with color. So in the document I've shared with you, you're going to be asked to do two things. The first is you're going to be asked to choose a mood. And the mood should reflect how you feel about being in remote learning. So you're going to drag this little red circle here, this little line, to your mood. So I feel mixed about it. I'm not sure. I'm not like thrilled, but since I don't feel very great, I'm like, I guess this is good. I don't know. Right? So the layout here on the right looks like a coloring book. Your job is to color in this layout with the colors here. You are allowed to add darker and lighter versions of these colors. For example, if I want a darker version of this beige, I can just select that color, make it slightly darker or lighter. And I must add at least two gradients. For example, let's say I want the background of this frame to have these two blues as a gradient. I want to remind you how to work with gradients because if I select this shape, take my eyedropper tool that steals color and I just click, that's beautiful, but that's only one flat color. I'm not going to be able to select both of them in my gradient unless I do something first. So to save colors, we know that we're going to need to use our swatches panel. So I'm going to go up to Window, Swatches. And I'm simply going to have my color activated. So I have the blue that I want, one of the blues. I'm going to hit this little plus button right down on the bottom, and I'm going to press OK. I'm going to do the same thing with the other blue that I want. Click here, press OK, little plus. Now I have the two blues. Next thing I want to do is go to my gradient panel. I'm going to go to Window, Gradient, and I want to apply a linear gradient to this. The problem is it's going to set it as black and white. That's fine. We know that to change the color of our gradients, we can simply double click on the little color stoppers, they're called. And I have options. Now this is going to be black and white, so I might have to change this to CMYK. Or right here on the little button here, I have my swatches. So I can hit my light blue, and I can do the same thing with black. And I'm going to hit my dark blue. And then I can change the angle of my gradient with my gradient tool if I like. You don't have to get crazy intense with this. I do just want to remind you how to add and edit gradients. You only have to add two gradients. Now if you love gradients, you can add more. If you're not a huge fan, you don't have to add more than two. But I am going to ask you to color the entire image considering the color scheme that represents the mood you feel. When you are done, you are going to save and upload it. But before you're done, I am going to ask for a check-in. And you can take a screenshot or you can go to File, Export as a JPEG, Export as, and change this to JPEG. And it'll save your progress. So basically, I want to see that you're actively working because obviously I can't see your screens. So if you know how to take a screenshot on your DOS, you can do that. But midway through, I'm going to kind of pause the class and I'm going to ask you to go to this document. It might look a little different depending the period you're in. Let's say you're in period 1. And let's say I'm going to pretend to be Micah. Okay, I'm going to click on the number next to my name. And it's going to take me to my slide. So I'm number 27 here. I'm going to go to 27 and I'm going to insert a screenshot of my progress. This is going to let me, your teacher, know like what's going on. So to insert an image, you go up to Insert, Image, upload from computer. If it's a screenshot, it'll usually show up on your desktop. Mine is probably somewhere else since it's not a screenshot. Here it goes. I'm going to hit Open. I'm going to put my screenshot or my JPEG, whichever I prefer to use. Right here, I'm going to write my name. That's it. That's letting me know that you're actively working while I'm asking you to work. I'm going to ask for the check-in about midway through your work, and then at the end of the period, you'll upload your final product. Good luck.